Hello, today we're watching the San Francisco Pistahan Parade, an annual parade and festival that celebrates Filipino culture. Weather conditions, it was an overcast day, kind of gray, a little bit of fog, a little bit of mist, temperature about 65 degrees. In other words, a typical summer morning in San Francisco.
Power to the people. Power to the Pinoy. Power to the P9. Power to the people.
Well, here's the first place where I must mute the audio. In these parades, people are often playing commercial recorded music. That music's usually copyrighted, and even if a little tiny bit of it sneaks into the background of my video, YouTube's Content ID system will catch it and accuse me of being a dastardly copyright violator, so I have to take it out. And so instead, you get to listen to me do some off-the-cuff narrations. Here someone gave me a free sample of some ice cream, coconut I think, which is great. Unfortunately, by the time I got around to eating it later, it had turned into mush and it all melted. This is one of the smaller of the many parades that San Francisco has, and we're starting out in the blighted mid-market area, so you'll notice there aren't a lot of spectators around here. There are a lot more spectators later on in the parade route, and we'll see that later on.
You got the fun job.
My understanding is Pistahan means festival, so I guess Pistahan Festival is a bit redundant. There is a big festival, and I'm going to do a separate video about that. So this video is just about the parade. Check out the other video that will be forthcoming on my channel about the festival. The festival is actually, I think, the bigger part than the parade is. The parade is nice, but there's a lot more interesting stuff going on at the festival performances and whatnot. And here come the politicians. Every parade must have some politicians riding in convertibles, and this parade is no exception. I'm not sure why this guy is in the middle of the politicians, but it is a cool bike. wanted to pause here for just a minute, nothing to do with the people in the foreground. It's just it happens to be a good view of the intersection that I'm standing at, the intersection with Turk Street. I mentioned earlier we're in kind of a rundown area of Market Street here known as Mid-Market. It's been run down for a number of years, although they're trying to spruce it up a bit. That area of Turk Street there off to the left behind the building is a notorious drug dealing area. It's an area to avoid at all costs unless you're looking for drugs. So that's kind of why you're seeing the parade look a little forlorn as it goes through this area. Smaller parades without a lot of spectators sometimes look a little interesting, shall we say, going through this part of Market Street. That tone and number of spectators will change later when we move further east up Market Street later in this video. You know, I wish I could be a good video host and fill you in on the background of these guys in the barrels, but I don't actually know. Unfortunately, there are a number of guys in this parade in barrels. I know it has some significance, but forgive me, I don't know what it is. So hopefully someone watching this video will know and will enlighten me. Sometimes it felt a little weird or awkward to me standing there sort of by myself with the camera. But I have to say everyone kind of perked up when they saw me with the camera there, and they were all very friendly. At this point, I decided I wanted to move further east up Market Street, up to the main area where there's a little more spectators, a little more going on. You can see him up there. And who did I run into but my friend Frank Chu, world-famous San Francisco protester and a victim of this conspiracy of the 12 galaxies. Frank and I went up to the festival and had some Filipino food for lunch, and we did an interview, so I'll do a separate video about that, so watch for that status update, Frank Chu status update video coming up. Anyway, let's get on with the parade.
Hey Frank.
Oh, how you doing?
Enjoying the parade?
Yeah, I just came about 20 minutes ago.
see the sheriff's bus in a lot of the parades, and I often think, they ought to have some prisoners in there to make it more authentic. And then there's this guy, one of the 10,000 people in attendance, taking photographs and video, taking video of the crowd. Right back at you. I got you too. I wonder if he's going to post that on YouTube. Who knows? Maybe I'll see myself there, or I'll get to see my video from the other perspective. Who knows? Well, we're almost to the end of the parade. I can see the final police car and the DPW vehicles. Have one more place I have to mute because of copyright concerns, so I'll just say keep an eye out for my follow-on video about the festival itself. That'll probably be coming out a few days after this one, maybe a week at the most. Hope you enjoyed this nice little parade. I certainly did. It's time for me to go off and find Frank, and we'll go get some Filipino food for lunch and make the next video, so catch you later.